Like sneezing. I mean, always with that. Sneezing. I can't sneeze now. That's brilliant. Well, I can't sneeze, but fuck, does it hurt? It's like, and if you have ankylosing spondylitis, you'll probably know. It's like being stabbed in the back with two forks right behind his shoulder blades, and then having someone punch you in the chest at the same time. You have to brace yourself if you think you're going to sneeze, if you have ankylosing spondylitis. I sat on the train once and I saw this guy, he had a little bit, sort of a cluster of sneezes. And I was like, you lucky bastard. Really, to just be able to sort of like let him achoo. And I was like, you bastard. And then someone said, God bless you. Oh, you assholes. Because it fucking hurts. It's the weirdest thing. You feel it coming, and honestly, I had to hold on to something. It's like, okay, we're gonna sneeze now, and it's gonna, and then you know you might repress it, or your chest can't actually physically move to get that from. But that's what it was like some time ago, and I don't think I've actually properly explained about myself. And I only found out that I was living with ankylosing spondylitis a few years ago. Prior to that, it was just you're as GPs or general practitioners or doctors would say, well, you know, you're a young man, you're experiencing back pain, and that's the thing, isn't it? You're just told throughout your life you're just experiencing pain, and you're thinking, is this the level of pain that I'm actually experiencing? Is this what everybody feels? Because if everybody feels like this, then the world's in a really fucked up state. Because unless everyone's really, really brave and polite, because this can't just be a common back pain. And then you think to yourself, am I weak? Am I just a weak person? And you go through all these different thoughts about like, oh crap. I remember when I was 16, just before my GCSEs, which are not exams, it really began to affect my pelvis, around by my, like what I know now, my joints and different areas of my body. It was just, I wasn't able to walk at times, and it would go away, then it would come again, it would go away, and it would go away, and I'd book an appointment, and by the time I get to the GP, it subsided. I go to the GP and I'm trying to be polite, and I'm opposite someone who's obviously educated and knows so much about all their different things, and so like when I say to them, I'm in pain and stuff, and they say, well, here's some paracetamol, here's some tablets, away you go, thank you. Next. Oh, cheers. The pain got to a point where I broke down at work, and I walked into my manager's office crying, tears everywhere, and I was just saying, I don't know what's wrong with me, I'm in pain, and I eventually got seen, and they started to take notice because my left eye, swollen up, bloodshot. So there I am with my eye swollen up, bloodshot. And the good thing about iritis, I say good thing, is that with iritis you can actually get a feel for what is actually happening inside your body. You can actually look at this horrible image of a bloodshot eye and you think, well, that's actually happening to different parts of my body. It's the inflammation, obviously the way the white blood cells begin to attack the sort of different areas of your body. But it's like, okay, right, I can actually see what's happening to me. That's happening on the inside, and no one's known about this, not even me. So anyway, I researched ankylosing spondylitis, and I was like, right, well that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I've got ankylosing spondylitis, brilliant. And I did what a lot of people do, and don't be ashamed to do it. I was like, right, well, I'm self-diagnosing myself. I've got ankylosing spondylitis. I went to my GP, my general practitioner, my doctor, and I said, I want to be screened. I want to have I want X-rays. I want to have blood tests. I need to, I need more information about this thing, because this is what I've got. And the thing is, when you say to a GP, look, that this is what I have and I want X-rays for it, they really are fucking arseholes, I swear. But anyway, I went home, and then I told my friends and family, and they felt really, really bad. They felt really sorry for me, and I didn't realise why. Perhaps, okay, well, why are you so upset? I don't get that. And I went for my X-rays, and in the meantime, my grandfather died, and I went along to the. I watched him die actually, and during that time, it didn't really bother me. I was actually quite interested in the whole process, and I didn't really bring out any emotion in myself, and even during the funeral, I wasn't really that phased by it all. I could see my friends and family were sort of very, like, there was, my family members were sort of grieving and stuff, and it didn't really bother me. And I was like, okay, well, I found out I've got, I'm telling these people I've got ankylosing spondylitis, that doesn't bother me. I'm watching people die, that doesn't really bother me. Am I just this emotionally cold vampire? I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, so I started to see a psychiatrist, and the brilliant thing about the psychiatrist, I mean, she was fucking Gina. She asked me, so do you self-harm? I said, well, I don't have to self-harm because my body does it for me. She went, oh, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, interesting. It's a weird thing when you're in pain a lot, because I don't know if you've ever seen the Da Vinci Code, Opus Dei, when he's flocking himself, giving himself a good wallop, and he's putting himself in a lot of physical pain to induce certain states of euphoria. Masochists do this, so don't be ashamed. If you're actually in a lot of pain a lot of time, you're probably going to think certain things about yourself. You're probably going to have weird sensations about your life and how you think, because you're in pain. Okay, so don't be ashamed. Don't feel, because everybody does. Okay, if you're in pain a lot, you're going to sort of have some weird days, and so don't be worried about that. I wasn't. Anyway, so had all my X-rays done, had my blood tests, everything's good, and then I get a letter. That doesn't make sense, and for me, things either make sense or they don't make sense. I'm very black and white. It's either going to make sense or it doesn't make sense. The fact that it didn't make sense, that I didn't have ankylosing spondylitis according to the results, was very confusing, because I have ankylosing spondylitis and I know this. And right, so I'm now being told that it's all in my head, and that's not really a pleasant feeling. But worst of all, then I'm told. Well, I told my, as I realised that I've told all my friends and family that I've got ankylosing spondylitis. My work colleagues, people cried because of me, and now I don't have it. According to this bit of paper, I don't have it. It's like crap. And the thing is, after a few months, I'm going mad because I'm still in pain, and I'm seeing a shrink. And then my friend's father died, and again I'm in a situation where I don't feel anything. I'm like, fuck, I don't get why I don't associate certain feelings and emotions at certain times, and I seem to be out of sync with people. Anyway, I'm at work and I get this phone call, and what happens, a letter got delivered to my home address where my parents live. And she phoned me. She phoned me up and said, well, I'm sorry, and I was elated. I was fantastic, over the moon. I've got ankylosing spondylitis. Yay! Because I was right, and I love being right. And I'm right a lot. I'm a bit self-centered and a bit up my own arse, but I was right. Thank fuck for that. Okay, brilliant. I've not been a cunt. I've not made up something and told people this about myself, and I'm not a horrible person. Brilliant. But then weird things happen, because I was like, okay, during this period of time when I didn't have ankylosing spondylitis, it was all in my head, I managed to sort of like cope at times. I was like, because I felt so ashamed that I was at my mate's funeral and I've got back pain, and I just put it out of my mind. And so I'm taking a lot away from that experience. But then to finally have it, letter in front of me, and then I can then go. I'm now seeing rheumatologists. I'm now seeing physiotherapists, and everything seems to be moving along.